Like,
So
we as people of India are with you. It's okay, we understand your feelings.
so we were chased down by a group of
Thank you
mobs.
and good evening. And also I'd like to thank Kanu.
We won't get the real picture what is happening over in Manipur. Instead of that, we should have to travel to, especially to Churachandpur. There is 110 kilometers travel from Imphal to Churachandpur. While the travel, we can see several blockades, several group of people will stop our vehicles, will check us. And I had a media card since I was working as the editor of the Yuvadhara magazine, a prominent youth magazine over Kerala. I had a media card of that Yuvadhara magazine. And seeing that media card, they will reveal us. They will allow to move forward. And by each and every step, if further we are moving, we can see innumerable churches, innumerable houses which are demolished, which are brutally attacked, which are burned, houses, cars, motor vehicles. And while we are heading to Churachandpur, the total mindset of the total picture of the Manipur itself will be drastically will get changed. And I had visited several camps, several relief camps. In Imphal, we won't be able to see any relief camps. If you need to see any such type of relief camps, we should have to go and visit this Churachandpur. Churachandpur Government College was the biggest relief camp at that time. I think more than 700 families were there in this Churachandpur Government College relief camp alone. Other adjacent educational institutions like Don Bosco School, like St. Paul's School, all those schools were converted as relief camps, and we can see innumerable peoples or families who has been affected by the. On the very first day, I will conclude it soon. On the very first day, our Home Minister, our Honorable Home Minister, and the RSS leader Amit Shah, he had made a visit to the Manipur. And on that day itself, the DGP of the Manipur has been removed from his position. He was an IAS officer, but he was a cookie man. During the premises of this visit of our Honorable Home Minister, this cookie person, but he was an IAS officer, the DGP of the Manipur, he has been removed. While we visit, IPS, IPS. While we visit these relief camps of Churachandpur, we will be able to know that it is not something a equilateral ethnic clash. More than that, the things happening in Manipur is something like a genocide. It is a unilateral way of ethnic cleansing of Kuki people are happening in Manipur. And the main root of this ethnic unilateral cleansing is happening mainly due to the majoritarian Meiti politics which is being applied by the BJP over the Manipur. While we analyze the things from the root, everyone will be able to know that it is nothing but the Meiti majoritarian politics and its agenda diplomatically done by the RSS or the BJP had resulted in the present riot days of Manipur.
The terror and bloodshed. Can you share your perspectives from your lived experiences? I know it will be very difficult for you to articulate your experiences in two or 3 minutes, but I believe it is necessary for the audience to know what the minority people are going through.
Hi everyone, my name is Thangmin Lun. When the violence broke on 3rd May, I was studying in Manipur University. I stayed in hostel number 6. So when the violence broke out, it's around 7:30 p.m. And
Or like, well, like,
so
It's okay, we understand your feelings. We as people of India are with you.
So we were chased down by a group of mobs. We had to run from the hostel. So we don't have a choice. We hide in the bush, and it's around 8 p.m. And after that, we were hunt down. They throw us with stones when we were hunt down, and we don't have a choice. So we were 7 of us in the hostel number 6. So we don't have a choice. So we ran in the bush, and around 70 to 100 people of mobs were searching for us. So at the spot we were so helpless, we don't know what to do, so we just stay there without moving an inch. We dare not even move. So at around 10 p.m. we received a message circulating, because during that time there is no more internet. So we received a message that if you are in danger, you can call this army officer number. So we received a message. So we called that number at around 11 p.m. So after that, he was busy picking up students who is near the hostel inside the campus, Manipur University campus. So there is 20 hostel, 10 for boys and 10 for girls. So in each and every hostel there is a cookie students, and not only the hostel, there is a quarters. There is a cookie professors, assistant professors. So many people are staying with their family. So we were there, and they were picking us one by one with their convoy, their vehicles. So we called him at around 11 p.m. and 4 May on 2:30, he came in front of our hostel with some of his guards and came to rescue us, the 7 of us. Yeah, that's how we are saved. And at around 5 a.m. in the morning, we were transferred to another relief camp, the first MR in the valley.
I'm sure your views, your perspectives are from your lived experiences. They are your emotional, physical, and psychological experiences. And we value that. We respect your emotions. We are with you. Now, moving to Catherine. We have witnessed terrifying footages depicting the molestation of women. And violence against women is not something exclusive to Manipur, but it pervades our entire nation. Do you think women experience more or greater pain during this violence?
First of all, I would like to clarify that what Manipur is experiencing right now is not a mere ethnic cleansing or atrocities. It is a genocide, a 21st century state-sponsored genocide. Because if we say genocide, it is recognized by the international law, the UN law. But so politicians, they used to interfere with the ethnic cleansing and the atrocities, but it's more like a genocide which is happening in Manipur. So coming to your question, as we all know, women are more emotional. We feel things more intensely, but not women are not spared during this genocidal which is going on in Manipur. The Prime Minister we must have seen the 2 women paraded naked only because of that which is being leaked, the video which is being leaked. The Prime Minister have spoken out just some seconds. So that is just the tip of the iceberg. There are lots of incidents going on behind the scene which we have not known. And I should say that women are not spared just because they are women. In Manipur, if you are a Kuki, if you are a tribal, an Adivasi, you are being hunted down. to kill.
Now, coming back to, so whatever happened is in a way not gender specific, but it's more like a genocide. It's more like a violation of human rights. So coming back to Tang, how far do you think the media has rightly represented or captured the experiences of the suffering people? And what are your expectations from media?
Right now, is the brother Jake said the media is one-sided. So we in the hills we don't have access to internet. We don't have much connection with Wi-Fi. So when the violence broke out, totally we don't have a voice. We cannot upload what's going on at the time. So in the valley they have all the big medias are in the valley. So they're spreading one-sided news. So according to my experience, I'm inside the Manipur University. Not only me, my friends are with me. Luckily, I have a Naga friend, so somehow I can save my documents and my clothes or whatsoever which are important to me. That is safe. And some of my 4 friends who are very unlucky, all your documents, all your dress, all your books, everything is burned down to ashes. So now they don't have a choice. They are just unemployed without any certificate or whatsoever. All their hard works, their study become wasted. And yeah, we are experiencing many things inside the campus, but after some days, the VC and the dean of the student was saying nothing happens inside Manipur University in the news. And they were reporting that everything was peaceful inside the campus, but which is not. So yeah, I think to my experience and so far, with my experience, the media is one-sided, based on the university campus and in the valley as well.
Since you talked about universities, I would like to know the transition from Manipur to Kerala. Like, you are forced to relocate to a place. I hope none of you have visited Kerala before. So you're forced to relocate to a place, a completely unfamiliar place with no prior knowledge about. So how did you experience the transition in consideration with the inhibitions?
So, like I told you, after leaving the Manipur University campus, there are several relief came in the valley. So the Kuki people, in terms of 40,000, were staying there. In the first MR itself, we are more than 9,000. Staying there, we don't have a proper food for 3 days. So there is no water. Just a bottle of water will cost 100 rupees because we don't have money at that time. So we don't drink. We drink water which is supplied by a tank truck or a tank which is very dirty. We don't have a choice. We just drink that one. One sorry. So just one plate of rice. 5 of us shared it for a day, and luckily, my family, my brother-in-law who is in Nagaland, somehow booked a ticket for me, a flight ticket. So that's how I left the place. And not only me was suffering. There are so many people, elder people, a woman who is pregnant, a delivery just 2 or 3 days before they delivered, but they don't have a choice. They were being chased down in the hospital, so they don't have a choice. They came to the first MR, so we are staying there. So many people were there, so some people left early, but there are some family who stayed over there. So yeah, we came to know that the Kerala government and Kannur University is receiving a student, especially from the Kuki community. So that's how, with the help of the KSO, Kuki Student Organization, our leaders, that's how we came to know. And we don't know what's going on in Kerala. We don't know anything about Kerala. Not only me, among my friends. We never thought we would be visiting here one day. But somehow with the ongoing situation, we just made up our minds, instead of staying there without doing anything, instead of not doing and just laying there for 4 or 5 months. Kerala is offering something for us. We have a hope over there. Whatever it may be, good or bad, at least something is better than nothing. So we made our decision, our mind, not only me, every one of us here. We made that mindset and came here. We don't know anything, but there's around, I think, more than 150 plus students are in Kerala, not only in Kannur University. There are so many schools and colleges who accepted us. So which we are very grateful, and with the acceptance, we have a hope over here, and we are really grateful, and it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Now I'd like to move to Gegen. Most popular media opine that May or mark May 3rd as a day when violence broke out. Do you think that this violence has got a specific date, like for origination, it has got a specific date, or is it something that has been there for a long time? What are actually the root causes of this violence?
All right, thank you and good evening. And also I'd like to thank Kannur University Union for giving us this privilege and this platform to talk about the problems that we really face and what's happening there. So answering the first question, the day of this problem, it was started exactly on the 3rd of May this year. But then between the Métis and the Kunkis, we used to have lots of problems even before that. All right, but I cannot specifically talk about that one. Coming to the second question, I would like to answer regarding the root cause of the problems that we have right now. There are several points, but then I'll talk about just 2 points that I want you all to know and I want you all to understand, because you might have heard it, you might have seen it in the social media, but that might not be the concrete point, that might not be the concrete causes. So I am from Manipur, so get it from me, what I'm going to say, that is the fact. The first point I would like to talk regarding the root cause is Métis, they don't have enough land for the ancestor, enough land for their future generation. All right. Let me give you some data about Manipur. Manipur, the size of Manipur is 22,327 square kilometers. All right. If you compare to Kerala, then it's very small. Kerala, you have around 38,000. So out of which 22,000 square kilometers, Métis, they occupy just 10% of that. And 90% belongs to the tribes, which means tribes, we have lands, we own land from our forefathers. During the times of British colonial, the British passed it on to our forefathers, the Kukis. So out of 100%, 10 is occupied by the Métis and 90% occupied by the Kukis and the Nagas, the tribes. That is the first point I would like you to understand. And at the top of that, tribal, when we own lands, non-tribals like the Métis, they are in majority. They are the general people. They are not tribals, which means according to the Constitution of India, under 5th schedule, any non-tribals cannot buy lands or cannot inhabit lands from the tribals. That is prohibited, and they know that. The Métis know that. But then, down to the line 30 to 50 years, they know that they won't have enough land for settling and all. So what they do is, in Manipur we have 60 MLS seats, out of which 40 MLS seats belongs to the Métis. 40 MLS seats. And 19 seats belongs to Kukis and Nagas, the tribes. And 1 seat belongs to the SC, which means if you are to pass in any session, assembly session, in any session, any bill, you will need 2/3 of the MLS seat, the votes, which amounts to 40 seats, exactly the vote which the Métis people holds, which means that if the Métis want to pass something, or if the Métis want to pass anything, they always have the privilege to pass on and then to get it done, because they have the majority seats, 40 seats out of 60. All right. So getting back to the second point, they don't have enough land for their settlement, like counting down to 50 years. That is why they like to encourage the land, all right, the tribals land. And they know that according to the Indian constitution, they cannot just buy lands. They are prohibited. So from that one, they played this politics within the government, because most of the minister posts is held by the Métis, and everything, they are in everything, in majority in everything. All right. So that is the main point that I would like to draw. They have all the privilege for passing all kinds of bills in the assembly and all. All right, and that's the first point. And the second point I would like to address the root cause is way back in 2009, 2010. I'm not sure the exact year, but there was a team from the Hyderabad oil exploration team from Hyderabad. They came to Manipur, and then they explore a lots of oil from 4 districts of Manipur. All right, that's Chuchampur, Palzor, Jiribam, and Tamenglong. All the 4 districts in which they found oil, mainly hydrocarbon, which is rich in oil and gas. So due to that exploration, the Métis, they know that all the oil reserve is under our hand, is under our control, the tribals' control. What they want is, they wanted to become ST, all right, the general, the Métis. According to 2011 census, Métis population is about 53% of the total population of Manipur, which amounts to around 15 to 16 lakhs. The total population in 2011 was 28 lakhs 55,000 something. All right, out of which 15 lakhs were the Métis. They were the majority. They were the general in everything. All right. So looking back to the oil exploration and all the natural resources that we have, which is under the control of the tribals, they wanted to take control of all this. So in order to control the oil reserve and all, firstly what they have to do, they need to get the ST status, scheduled tribe status. They want that so that they can buy lands from anywhere inside the state, from any district, maybe in a hill or in a valley. That was the idea, that was the root cause. Like I've told you, the second point, due to that oil exploration, oil reserve that we have in our control, the Métis would really love to control all those things, and for that to happen, they have to be ST. They have to get that ST status. So they were pressing the state government, the central government, for ST status. And on the 3rd of May, the tribals, especially the Kukis, we dominated around 5 to 6 districts of the Manipur. We were organizing a peace rally on that day, opposing that Métis, they are the majority in politics and in everything. They cannot be granted ST status. That was our slogan on that day. It was a peaceful rally. We don't go to their places like in Infal and all. We just carry out the procession in and around our own district. All right, from some place like 4 to 5 kilometers. And then there was a problem which broke out in the border of Chuchampur and Bishnupur. Bishnupur, it's under the domain of the Métis, and Chuchampur is under the Kuki. So at the border of that, there was a problem. And from the problem goes on. But then, it's not the first time that we have problems in Manipur. We used to have different types of problems. We are hoping that the state government will suppress them within 1 or 2 hours, or maybe 1 or 2 days. We are hoping for that one, but it's not like that, because I'll tell you, I'll get back to 2009, 2010. From that oil exploration, they already have the agenda that they have to get ST status, and then they have to get rid of the cookies so that they can inherit all the lands that we have, all the lands that we own by our forefathers, passing on to next and next generation. So that was the root cause. The first point would be due to the settlement area which they have, which is very less, and then due to the natural resources that we have in our land that we controlled under the tribal, under tribal authority, the chieftainship and all. To make it clear for my conclusion, the root cause of our problems which is going on so far is because Meitei want ST status so that they can control the land of the tribals. They can buy lands from tribals. They can own all types of resources. That was the main cause. And then the second point is they have a very less land compared to the tribals. And when thinking about their future generation, like 30 to 50 years on the down the line, the places where they settle, it will be too small for them. So the politic was they have to get ST status so that every problems that they have right now, it will be solved with ST status. Thank you.
What do you think about the roles played by the state and central government in resolving the issue? And from the conversation, we also understood how hatred is spreading in Manipur. And how do you react to these allegations?
Well, we know that the chief minister is also from the Meitei community itself. And on the 3rd of May, when the violence broke out, no one is spared. The cookies are not spared, even the MLAs, because when the violence broke out on 3rd May, like when we were running for our lives, even the MLAs, the houses there, it was under attack. And when the MLAs were calling, ringing up the chief minister, the chief minister did not respond to them. Rather, he was silent on that matter. And even some of the MLA, they were rescued by the Indian Army. And in several media interaction with the chief minister, we can learn that chief minister is targeting us like cookie narco-terrorists or illegal immigrants from Myanmar, this and that. Everything is one-sided for them, and the chief minister, the government in controlling and handling the situation, I would say it's very poor because he's too one-sided. And even Manipur police commandos, he could have given information, he could have given how to control the situation. However, the Manipur police or the commandos, they did not control the situation. Instead, they are the one instigating the violence, I would say, because Haukip Veng was burned down because the Manipur police were escorting them, the Meitei mobs, like the Arambai Tengols, like the Meitei Lipuns. If we can't trust the Manipur police or the commandos, the state government has failed the Manipur people, especially the Kuki people. And regarding the central government tried to, there have been several talks about that, about the recent situation. However, they did not act according to what the Kukis want. Like even in the parliament, the Amit Shah has spoken out that the violence broke out because of illegal immigrants. That is totally wrong. And the central government did not respond to our plea. It's I would say the central government did not respond to our plea, and even though there are talks, it's taking too long for us to wait. So if the central government has come up with better solution regarding the violence, I think the violence can be stopped within 1 or 2 months. But that has not happened, and that is why the violence, the conflict is still going on till today.
Kim Gangte, a former MP of Manipur, states that how certain organizations like Arambai Tengol and Meitei Lipun are targeting the minority community, especially the Kuki community. Do you think these organizations play a role in escalating the violence?
Yes, absolutely true. Because when the violence broke out on 3rd May, before they entered Manipur University, there was a Facebook Live which says that they were calling out their own fellow Meitei men, like, Now we are going to enter Manipur University. After that, we will be going to Langol, and there is also one girl saying in the video that Arambai Tengol and Meitei Lipun have arrived. So it is 100% sure that the Meitei Lipun and the Arambai Tengol are instigating the violence.
Thank you. I'd like to come back to Jake. The UN reported the failure of the Indian government to resolve the violence in Manipur. However, India refutes the allegation and labels them as unwarranted, presumptive, and misleading. How do you react to these responses?
Actually, the reactions happened. The reactions, not only the reactions, the way of responses happened from the CM of the Manipur or from our Honorable Prime Minister regarding the Manipur riots. We can analyze the time limit starting from this May or till now. What was their prominent reactions? I still remember, as of one of my co-panelists had shared their experience on the premises why naked parade has happened in Manipur. During that instance, the whole world, even the world leaders from other foreign countries itself, they had responded like it should be prohibited, it should be stopped immediately. But what was the response of the Honorable CM from Manipur? He had responded like, we are fortunate since there is no internet. This naked parade videos or footages or images, not only one, there will be hundreds and hundreds of this will be propagated all over the world. This was a response from the Manipur CM, who has a responsibility to protect the people, to protect the rights of the state and the people all over the Manipur. And other than that, on that day itself, after I think 6 or 7 months of Manipur riots, our Honorable PM doesn't even had uttered a single word to stop this riot or this unilateral genocide happening in Manipur. But after these footages came around and it has been propagated all over the world through the new form of social medias, only after that, 6 or 7 months after that, our Honorable PM had made a single sort of response. While we analyze the CM, the political party who is having power in Manipur, and the political party who is having power in the center are same. It's the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it is sponsored by Sangha Parivar regime, the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangha RSS regime. But they are, as our co-panelist had shared his experience, shared the premises of the election history of Manipur, they had diplomatically they had played well the Meitei majoritarian politics in Manipur. So they want Manipur to be burned like this. Actually, their silence has resulted in the present status, the present experiences of Manipur. One more thing to add, on this premises, our co-panelists, the students of Kannur University now, they had shared their experience coming out here, sharing the invitation from Kerala and Kannur University, and they had shared their experiences now from Kannur University. We should be more honored, I think so. We should be more honored to say that there is only single CM in India who had raised the slogan for Manipur, and he had said the slogan like it is not an ethnic clash, as my co-panelist said, it is a unilateral genocide happening in Manipur. The slogan who raised that the unilateral genocide happening in Manipur was our CM. Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan was the single CM who raised that slogan. That's why we are delighted you to have here, and we are still honorable to share the dice with here. Okay.
Disturbing discussion about the violence in Manipur, the harrowing strife there. I'd like to ask again, what do you think, or how do you think we can bring peace or restore peace in Manipur?
All right, thank you for the question. As of now, I think peace is a far cry. But then the only solution would be if the central government steps up and then take up the necessary measures, necessary steps, then uh, there would be a peace maybe within a day, within a week. But then it wholly depends on the central government because we don't trust the state government. We cut down all the communication with the state government. And right now we are demanding for separate administration because there's no going back, there's no living together with Métis. They burned down all our settlement area in the capital. There is no houses, no cookie houses standing there right now. They have demolished everything. They have burned down all the properties. Yes, to talk about it, they even burned down my bike. I was involved at that time. All right, I was doing my PhD, my first year there. So, right now, coming back to the question, if the central government really takes it seriously, then there can be a peace within a week. But then, if the central government doesn't take any steps, then the war, the problems that we have right now will still goes on maybe a year or 2, 3, 4, who knows? Because right now, what we do is the tribals, the cookies, we are defending our own land. All right, we don't attack, we don't go and attack the Métis. The only thing happen is the Métis, they used to come in numbers in terms of thousands. The Arambay Tengko, the Métis Lipun, combined with the commandos, and then they used to come and attack our front line. There is a buffer zone between the Kuki front line and then the Métis front line. Right now, I'd like to add one point on that. When the central government has sent 40,000 of paramilitary forces, which is deployed right now in Manipur, 40,000, and it is still insufficient. Just imagine 40,000 of paramilitary forces sending to a small state like Manipur, and it is still insufficient because the Métis, they are all joining together to attack us, to kill us all. Coming back to the question, yes, if the central government doesn't take any necessary steps, then this problem will still continue. But then if they take necessary steps, there would be peace within a week, within a day. That I can assure. Thank you.
Invite questions from the audience.
From Manipur. And how would you like to respond to that?
Please mention to whom your question is addressed to so that if
University has not only accepted students from Manipur, but there are several students in different colleges, in different institutions. So we are very grateful and thankful for that, as well as the present government. The Kuki community are very grateful and thankful for the response, because students are the pillar of the coming generation. And if our educational background has failed, then educational institution is nothing, and our future generation will collapse. So Kerala government has been doing a great job in facilitating the Kuki students who are victims of the violence, and also accommodating us in every way possible, and we are extremely grateful for that. Thank you.
Prior to the riots that broke down in Manipur, the Kukis and Métis lived in harmony. Is it a peaceful state? What would you like to say?
Several tensions going on between the Métis and the Kuki. And before, I would like to highlight that on May 3rd, when the peace rally begins, when the tribal students were trying to have a peace rally, when we are trying to organize that, the Métis on May 2nd has done another blockade on the May 2nd of the night, counter blockade, and there are several hate speech going on, and before the violence literally broke out, there are some instances that hate speech in Facebook or even Instagram or whatever has been going on. It's kind of selective, because whenever we Kuki communities say something bad about the Métis community, we will be arrested and we will be jailed. And however, when the Mayday comment and say something about which really hurts our sentiment, they will not be arrested. And that's there. I would like to give an example. There was one guy who shared a screenshot of someone saying bad things about the chief minister, and on May 2nd he was arrested. However, on the May 3rd, he was brought to Imphal Valley for court hearing. And on May 4th, we do not know where his whereabouts, and he was killed. His crime was posting something against the chief minister that is so. It's how do I say? We do not have freedom of speech for several months before the exact violence has started. But before, like a few years ago, as we live in peace, there are sometimes tensions, some not like these real problems, but there are some situations like in the year 2015 when there was a tree bill passed. There is agitation and protests were there. However, after that, there is we live in peaceful. We are very peaceful towards each other. However, just before the violence, before months, hate speech has been going around the internet between the Mayday community and the Kuki community.
വളരെ രൂക്ഷമായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിലൂടെയാണ് കടന്നുപോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു ചോദ്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ മണിപ്പൂരിൽ ഈ രണ്ട് വിഭാഗങ്ങൾ തമ്മിലാണല്ലോ പ്രധാനമായും സംഘർഷങ്ങൾ നമ്മുടെ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇപ്പം തുല്യനീതി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഭരണഘടന വിഭാവനം ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന സാമൂഹിക നീതി, അതായത് തുല്യനീതി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആ സംഭവം ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് അവിടെ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ തുല്യനീതി നടപ്പാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ഇപ്പം ഗവൺമെൻറ്, കേന്ദ്ര ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിലാണെങ്കിലും സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഗവൺമെൻറ് ആണെങ്കിലും ഏതൊക്കെ തരത്തിലുള്ള പീസ് റെസൊല്യൂഷൻസാണ് ഇപ്പം മുന്നോട്ട് വയ്ക്കുന്നത്? അതായത് നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെ ഈ പ്രശ്നം പരിഹരിക്കപ്പെടാൻ പറ്റും? രണ്ട് കൂട്ടർക്കും ഒരു തുല്യനീതി ഉറപ്പാക്കുക, അതായത് ഒന്ന് മറ്റൊന്ന് അങ്ങനെ ഉള്ള രീതിയിലല്ലാതെ എല്ലാവർക്കും തുല്യനീതി ഉറപ്പാക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ലക്ഷ്യം എങ്ങനെ നമുക്കത് പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും? ഇതാണ്. എൻ്റെ പേര് മഹേഷ് കുമാർ എന്നാണ്. ഇവിടെ കണ്ണൂർ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി സ്റ്റാഫാണ് ഇവിടെ.
Is a far cry. So the only solution is separation between the Kuki and the Mayday community. That's the best solution that the central government has to give.
I think we are XK people who are witnessing or who are enduring the sufferings and terror in Manipur. So I really hope you get a better place and where you can discuss about it and peace be restored in Manipur as soon as possible. Thank you.